Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the NSR Superstar Racing Experience. The SRX series that we've got launched here for you tonight is going to be at Kern Raceway. Oddly enough, this is actually Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway that was actually renamed to celebrate him as a native here of Bakersfield. Right now, we are seeing our guys grid up as qualifying has completed. It'll only take just a little bit longer before they are locked and ready to go. Here we are right now in the track as we take a look at our race info here for tonight. It's going to be a kind of a quick one as we are oddly enough only going about one heat. This should last only about 20 laps. Then we're going to take that field and invert it for the 40-lap main here at the end. Of course, 100% fuel limit. No faster pairs. I show the lead producer here. Of course, Patrick Morrison here with you now. Stella is actually, take a guess, she's sick, so she's going to be out for her second night here in a row. We'll keep our eye for Corey Boudnot as our race control here tonight, but 71 degrees on the track. I've got to admit, that's probably really nice for these guys, especially with how their luck has been going here with the SRX series. Kicked it off at Daytona. Very, very difficult for these guys to kind of wrangle these cars in. Many of them have been kind of pushed around, having a little trouble getting connected to the track, and we're going to see if that is going to continue to be the same problem here tonight, seeing that this track is only about 0.3 miles, about an asymmetrical oval, and we'll see how it goes. Normally, this track is actually covered in clay, and is actually a dirt track, but not tonight. That is not going to be the case, so we'll see how that exactly works out for them here on the track. So, pace car is out. Let's go ahead and take a look at our starting grid here for heat number 1, where Dakota Floyd, Ralph Hutchinson, Mark Keeler, and Tucker Clark sit 1 through 4. I believe Sikosi is sitting down in the pits already. Nick Cipollani is sitting in 6. Jake Euler, he's brand new here. We'll see how he kicks it off, sitting in that 7th spot. Jacob Simpson will be starting in 8th, but I believe we are rounding out the field as I do not see Mr. Andy Reeves, nor do I see James Miller out there on the field. Right now, I believe they may be either serving a penalty or they're going to be trying to kick it from behind to catch back up. So that's going to do it for our first heat here. As we get up front, as everybody can see, the number 24 of Dakota Floyd rocking the Buc-ee's machine. Looking for a couple of guys to get some car numbers on the side of them. I believe the 08 of Mark Keeler is missing his tonight. So let's go ahead and get this underway at Kern Raceway. Right now, Dakota Floyd is out front. 5 Machine was taking a peek, but as soon as he gets taken off here, there's no catching that. He's gone. He's gone. Dakota Floyd, that was an excellent start there, and he's definitely reaping the rewards of it. Tucker Clark is getting ready to lose a bunch of positions here if he can't figure out how to tuck into this line. 81 Machine looks like he's rocking the probably the Michigan football team. They're on the 81, sitting 4th. Yeah, that's exactly who I'm looking for. I'm looking to see who's battling back here. So I believe Jacob Simpson sitting on the bottom, and the number 29, you see Jake Euler in the 33 outside line. Got to admit, some of the guys who are out here racing, I would probably guess, not real happy with this track. Some of them are definitely fighting. I know Ralph Hutchinson, one of them, has been fighting, as you see him trying to run down Dakota Floyd on the outskirts of your screen, right toward the edge. But who's riding the edge now? The 81, Tucker Clark, has been toward the top. He is now working his way down toward the bottom, holding a solid line, and so far so good. He slides up into the 3rd spot. But Jacob Simpson, 4 positions gained here so far. Already slid up to 4th. So that is the 29 Machine here of Jacob Simpson. Not too bad here as he continues to charge. Oddly enough, there will be some points given out during this stage. That's going to be the big thing that you're going to know here tonight. Whether that is going to be really the kickoff here is how they're going to handle the cars and how they're going to kind of push them around here. So noticing so far only 15 laps left to go. This has been all Dakota Floyd's race, looking to see if Ralph Hutchinson might have something for him, and he is the only one who is actually out there able to touch him at this point. Andy Reeves just getting taken off pit road here, but the points will actually be divvied out for heat winners and where they place, because if we're inverting the field, you'd want to be dead last, that way you could start in the beginning in the feature and gain more points that way. But there are actually bonus points given in the heat before we invert it. So, best case scenario, you win this one, start from the back, and then you go up front and try to win it again. But that does give you a lot of trouble trying to slice back up there. Looks like all of our drivers were able to get onto the track, some later than others. Sikosi only 1 lap down. And Mr. Andy Reeves in the number 3, he'll be 6 laps down. And James Miller, he is sitting 9 laps down. We see him out there in that number 18 NOS machine. Let's rotate back up to the lead where Dakota Floyd and Ralph Hutchinson remain. Right now, these guys are only separated by a quarter of a second. We can look back another second, just over a second here, to find Tucker Clark and Jacob Simpson, who have bunched themselves together. 1 and 2, well, not 1 and 2, but 3 and 4, as they sit here. And Mark Keeler out there by himself looking for Jake Euler. Euler out there doing his own thing, almost, looks like he's trying something new out there. I noticed how he was triangulating the turn there. Riding high, scooping low, and then trying to cut back up. Something may have happened here. Right now I'm showing Cipollini has crashed on the yellow flag. Let's see what brings out our yellow here tonight. First one of the night. See if the 77 loops it here. Ouch. Well, not too bad. Unfortunately, looks like he does jump straight to the pits. So he'll be in there a right while. That's kind of a bummer. Pace laps do not count here while we're under caution. So these guys are going to march off a couple of laps, but not off the tower, and we'll be back under green here in just a moment. With this being a short track, it'll take it a few times for them to get around. Most of the cars should be bunched up by now. Right now we're sitting inside of Mark Sikosi's machine. Alrighty. Let's see if we can bring anything to the table on this one. Pace car lights should be out this time around. See Jake out there in the chat, definitely keeping it lively out there. I know Jake Euler. He better not be messaging out here in this chat, seeing that he is out there on the track. Definitely want to make sure he keeps concentration, though. Looking to see as Jake is watching and commenting on paints he likes seeing out there. Take a look at Dakota Floyd's profile picture. I like that. As where Ghost is not pleased. Alrighty, pace car, get off the track. Let's go. Alright, taking off is Dakota Floyd, out and away. And now piece of cake for him. Only 9 laps left in this, really in this mini battle that we got out here. So far, it looks like Dakota Floyd going to continue pulling away. He's rotating on back. Looking at Tucker Clark once again. Clark in the 81s. Seeing if he can run down Jacob Simpson here. Simpson's been on the roll with a 5-position gain here tonight. seeming to happen here. Keeler and Euler still going at it. Right now, it looks like Euler gets the best. Yes, Euler does get the best of him as he now sits in 5th. 33 machine gaining 2 here on the night, and really almost everybody else has been losing some positions. Mark Keeler has lost 3. Cipollini has lost 1. And Mark Sakosi down 3. Rather unfortunate by most of our guys out here, kind of having to check out. Cipollini, after having a toe, able to make it back out onto the track. Right now, we'll kind of keep an eye on this area. Right now, I think I see the battle for the lead starting to heat up here. And now that is the 15 there of Ralph Hutchinson. Hutchinson diving to the inside. There he goes. Might have a slice underneath here. Trying to get a pull away. No can do. Unable to fight through this one. He still sits side by side. As Dakota Floyd is still pushing his agenda here. Already look in the rearview mirror. That's the location of Ralph Hutchinson. And just about got him clear. Not quite. Let's take a look out on the outside. Oh, there it is. Broke loose just a little bit, and back he goes. 3 laps left to go if Ralph Hutchinson wants to do something here. He's got to make it. 2 to go. Right now, only about a mile left to run. Ooh. Yeah, right now, Hutchinson is taking a peek here on that inside. Right now, that 14-degree corner just wasn't able to hook him enough. White flag is out. Dakota Floyd still leads this entire heat. Out in front right now, Ralph Hutchinson may have to full send on this one. Oh, he breaks loose coming out of 2. Yuck. Alrighty, checker flag coming up. Dakota Floyd. No doubt about it. Ralph Hutchinson started 2nd and 2nd. Simpson 8th place to 3rd. Not bad. Tucker Clark sits 4th. Jake Euler was our 5th place finisher. All right, drivers will have just a moment to do a little bit of a warm-up, make any sort of adjustments that they need to, and get back out onto the track. Looks like we've got Will Porter out there, rooting on the 29 of Jacob Simpson. Interesting enough at this track, some people do miss the heat, but most of all of our fans out there, all 15,000 of them, do make the race for the feature. We'll be ready for that here in just a moment. You do see a good bit of overcast in the air, so hopefully weather does not become a problem later on here in the run. We'll see how this holds out. Warm-up should be completing here, only about a minute. Get this car squared away. If you are looking, guys, to join up with the SRX series, or even with NSR in general, seeing they have an Xfinity series on Saturdays, you can definitely kick it off with them. Get a hold of Mark Sakosi. He is definitely looking for many drivers to help fill this field. As you can see, we got a little bit more pavement than we do cars, so we want to smash them in here as much as possible. And we'll see, hopefully see them be able to get back out there and try to do a run. Right now, out there in the chat, I know that Jay out there has actually purchased the track. He has purchased the car, and he is in the process of working on getting in. Jay, out there in the chat, tell everybody how easy it is. I believe it took you less than 5 minutes. Find these guys, apply, get out here, and just see if you can lay down some times, be able to race. There is a stipulation of how much I rating you need. I believe it's 1100 to 1200 I rating. Of course, they would like to see at least, I believe, with a B class. That may change down to a C class for the safety rating to try to help fill this field. We'll hopefully that does work out to be a lot better. Alrighty, we're getting ready to go here for our second round, or the feature here. So let's go ahead and take a look at our starting grid here for the feature. Out front will be James Miller and Andy Reeves. Remember, these guys started a little bit late here in the series, so they'll be out front. You'll notice the number 3 of Andy Reeves rocking the old Dale Earnhardt paint. Mark Sikosi in the 8 will be starting third. Cipollini will be in the 4th position, the 77 machine. Right now that brings us to Mark Keeler, Jake Euler sitting 5 and 6, Tucker Clark is 7th, and Jacob Simpson 8th. Ralph Hutchinson sits 9th, Dakota Floyd, winner of the heat. He's going to be starting in the back. Let's go ahead and get this one underway as we are back under green for our live feature here tonight. This should be an excellent run, 75 laps. Originally, this was supposed to be a 40-lap main, but this is now changed to 75 laps to go ahead and give these guys some leg room here. Definitely be able to stretch out. James Miller doing just that. James Miller now sits out in front by about half a second in front of the rest of the field here. Still side by side for some racing in toward the back. Not bad. Let's take a look where toward the back where Tucker Clark and Jake Euler are going at it. Definitely like the way Jake Euler's last name is spelled there. It's almost like, instead of with an I, almost like an oyster with a Y. Not bad. So right now, Jake is dropping down now to 7th. Right now, Dakota Floyd is taking a peek underneath, figuring out if he's got enough room to squeeze underneath of him. Floyd will actually be chasing Ralph Hutchinson this time. And I'm interested to see if that's going to be 100% possible. Let's check out Sikosi. Sikosi's battling for the lead. Out front he goes. Yes, he's got him. Brand new leader now, Mark Sikosi out front. So right now that sits us with Sikosi, Andy Reeves, and James Miller. 1, 2, and 3. Battle still continues for that 4th spot. Tucker Clark and Cipollini sit 4 and 5. But now we got a mix up here of almost 3 wide. Take a look at where Dakota Floyd's trying to go in the Bucky's machine. Sitting there pushing on the middle lane where Ralph Hutchinson is. I think right now the only person he knows that can hang with him, especially what he saw during the heat, is that number 15 machine of Ralph Hutchinson. And we got a car backwards. James Miller has looped it. Lap number 6, James Miller loops it around here with Sikosi out in front in the lead. Do want to note that Mark Sikosi had the best time out there on the track so far with an 18:58. All right, let's see what happens to James Miller here. This should be a quick one. Shooting through 1 and 2 here. Loops it. Yep, just sends it on around. That's one thing. You'll see a lot of drivers do this. These cars are not... it's not that they're not friendly. They have a whole lot of motor and not a whole lot of traction. So these guys do need to kind of... finesse the loud pedal a little bit before they start running and gunning. So straightaways, obviously you want to lay it down. You'll see some of these guys that does kick out to the side or they run up toward the wall and you'll see the front end carry a little bit. That one was just that was just an interesting ride there. Got around the turn, gave it a little too much gas. Some would say, might just lost a little bit of talent there, but he'll be back on it. So James Miller back in the back. And hopefully we'll see James Miller return back to the front. But up front, Mark Sikosi, Andy Reeves, and Nick Cipollini sitting 1, 2, and 3 now. Right now as we continue to go under caution. Now would be a great time to mention Admin Box, sponsor here of the league. Definitely check out Admin Box for all your admin needs, especially clearing black flags, throwing cautions, giving wave arounds. You can even use it for pit strategy. If you're coming down into pit as a driver, 2-tire, 4-tire pit stop, how much fuel you want to put in. If you want to get them, you can map a quick button for around a wedge or two here. How to adjust the tire pressure on which tire that may be going on. So definitely check out Admin Box. If you use the code NSR-BOXX, that'll knock 10% off your first purchase there. I definitely think that's a great idea. Also helps sponsor the league. Pace car off the field now. Let's go ahead and get this one underway. Back under green on lap 11. You know, we did loop it back there on lap 6. I'm sure if Stella was here and she sees them counting off caution laps here, she'd probably be pretty ecstatic. See, now Daytona kind of ended up on a little bit of a pile up there a few times, but right now that does move Andy Reeves outside line, dives it toward the middle of the lane, and he gains the lead, and no doubt he's going to be out in front. Sikosi now playing chase with another driver. Let's sit back to the third spot where it looks like Nico Cipollini rotates up and scrubs the side of Tucker Clark's machine here. Now Clark getting a little bumping and rubbing. I'm not sure if he's okay with that, but in the Go Blue Michigan machine, out front he goes. And Tucker Clark looks like he's going to clear him. Cipollini up top rotates and nudges Ralph Hutchinson in the last couple of turns there. So far so good. We still hold on to it. It looked like turn 1 and 2 is where they made contact as they dive into 3 and 4 after a kind of a little bit of a wiggly backstretch run here. No problem out of the rest of this field as we are back under caution. I believe Jake Euler has bent it. Right now that car still looks like he's in better shape though. Doesn't seem too bad. Let's take a look. Yeah, it looked like he tried to preload the suspension there. Not 100% sure as he got ready to go into the turn. Off to the side just a bit. But from this angle, heck, it looks like he hits the brakes too hard and it sends him around. Watch right here. Watch the tire speed. Right there. Now, regardless of how or what he did, Jake Euler will be in the back of the field now. He'll be sitting down in the 10th spot. Good news for everybody out here racing tonight. No one is, everyone is guaranteed to leave with at least the top 10. Alright. Gonna count a few caution laps, kind of tick them off here. Right now, taking a look out there in the chat, let's take a peek. Jay saying he's got the next track at Knoxville. He's rooting on Jake. He said he was getting 21.065s was the best he could get in. Huh. Ah, okay. Jay, they have custom setups on these cars. They are not the fixed setups. It's kind of a custom fixed setup, if that makes sense. So what the admin does, Mark Sikosi goes out there, finds a build for these cars to make them better than they were, purchases them, and then everyone uses that set. Big Show, that league, they kind of do the same thing. They build their own setups, and then everybody races with their setups, and then that way it helps level the playing field, or provide more stability that may be lacking out there. All right, let's get this back underway as Andy Reeves takes off. Mark Sikosi will be chasing now. Still chasing, as right now Ralph Hutchinson, remember how these guys started toward the back, second to last. Hutchinson up 6 now, taking a look where Sikosi is. So far, so good, as right now Ralph Hutchinson having better luck than Dakota Floyd is. Those were our two guys who were the winners of the heat. And he still continues to fight to get up. No can do. Ralph Hutchinson, quick little brake check there to Tucker Clark. Let him know you weren't interested in him getting that close. Side by side for second position and a battle for the fourth position. And we got a car. Cipollini is around. See if that brings out a caution. Does not seem to. All right, we're going to stay out there. Let's take a look. Top side here for Cipollini. Oh, he's already sideways coming out of the turn. Yeah, not driving these cars before. I don't know if they feel it breaking loose. If they feel it breaking loose before anything is happening. Alrighty. Let's take a look at it here. Mark Sikosi still trying to hold on. Sikosi now drops down to fifth. And that's kind of a heartbreaker. Sikosi had battled pretty hard to get into the lead. Now he's marching back. Starting third in this feature race. 1/3 of this competition here is just about complete. Just keep this going around. If you're unsure if you can compete with these guys, even if Mark Sikosi accepts you to the league, you can test drive, which will not put you, of course, up on our tower here, or it won't let you qualify, but you can practice with these guys and kind of ghost practice, as you would say. That way you can race with their setups and things like that and see how it works out for you. And kind of see how the big guys do it, you know? These guys have been doing it for a while. They've been practicing all week. Come out here and see how you hold up to them. Now, I say if you go out there and you're racing and you're getting top 5 and you're hanging around there on long green flag stretches, it might be a time to go ahead and message this man right here, Mark Sikosi, and get signed up here for the NSR series. Well, the NSR League, let's go ahead and talk about the SRX series. You guys will be kind of excited here going into Saturday for the Xfinity League as we continue to keep rotating this around. Don't want to pull us too far off of the SRX series. As these guys will be ready to lock and load, though. Let's see. Let's see the Xfinity Series, our schedule. And the next race that we have coming up. Ooh, boy. 23rd, we head to the Circuit of the Americas. So a lot of patience here at a short track, and then they're going to head to an extremely long one and battle for the lead. Ralph Hutchinson gets around him. Jacob Simpson, he's down on the bottom. Look like Andy Reeves is going to be marching back. So right now, so far, so good for Ralph Hutchinson. Where's Dakota Floyd? Oh, there he is. Dakota Floyd to the inside of Andy Reeves, taking a huge slam into the wall there. Right now, Reeves is not going to be happy. I'm sure that radio is blaring right now. Not 110% sure why Andy Reeves got into the wall here. Let's take a look at the number 3, high side. I just want to make sure Dakota Floyd didn't make any sort of contact. I've wheeled it back a little bit extra, just in case he's getting out of shape before it happens. You see him kind of pedaling it here. Everything's okay here so far. What makes him get into the wall? Oh, right there. Yeah, he actually broke loose. I don't know how this happens here. Right there's he sliding. It looked like the 29 got close enough and started taking the air off the side of his car. And then up he went. Car got a little too loose. Back out they go. Alrighty. That leaves us with Ralph Hutchinson in the lead. Jacob Simpson's in second. Dakota Floyd is third. Right now, Will Porter pretty happy seeing how Jacob Simpson is up to that second spot. Field has flipped. Hutchinson up 8. Simpson up 6. Dakota Floyd up 7. Tucker Clark up 3. The rest of the field has lost position, such as Sikosi down 2. Keeler's lost a position. Euler's down a position. Reeves with fighting some damage here. James Miller down 8. As we are backwards with no caution. And Cipollini passes him for that 9th position. Right now, Miller is in danger of being lapped now. There's Hutchinson sitting right behind him. It's going to be kind of touchy. Let's sit inside of Ralph Hutchinson's machine here as he runs down one of our guys for that lap mark. We are our first driver that's down a lap. Right now, this track extremely difficult to pass. It's hard finding any friends out there who are willing to work with you, especially on a short track. Not too much give, but not a whole lot of take right now, and there's nobody out there really looking to take any of this garbage. Lap car moves out of the way now. Jacob Simpson getting insanely close there to Ralph Hutchinson. Hutchinson sits second. 3rd spot is Dakota Floyd. Floyd still chasing it down here. Miller lap down. Cipollini sits 9th. And so far, it looks like the battle for the lead might be cooling down just a bit. Jacob Simpson may be trying to conserve the tires just a hair before he decides to make any movement. Notice no middle of the turn speed here for Ralph Hutchinson. Jacob Simpson sits 2nd. All right, let's rotate back, see how Sikosi's doing. He's sitting 5th. Nobody around him for at least half a second. Jake Euler really doing a great job here tonight. Not getting as good of a run on these 8-degree straightaways as the leaders are. There's a reason they are up front. Doing what they do best. Getting it right where they need to, holding it to the floor. "45 laps just about complete here. Ralph Hutchinson is in the lead. So far, so good. Right now, Jay is out there saying bad touch. I think he's probably commenting out there on Andy Reeves making contact with that wall. So unfortunately, it looks like it's saying Miller has looped it again. Let's take a look back here on lap 36. And see kind of what happens to Miller. Whoop, round he goes. A lot of these spinouts are not causing cautions, though. We ended up under 1 caution at the beginning there with Mr. Miller looping it. Our second one was Jake Euler on lap 14. And the no-call cautions on lap 21 with Nico Cipollini. He drops off and unfortunately unable to come back. Here we go. Here's the yellow. And then James Miller there on 36. What does cause it is James Miller once again. This time he must have really bent it. See the pace car drifting on. Ouch. A little smack to the wall. James Miller in his 3rd incident here. Second caused caution. Let's take a look at it over top. Let's see if this is much of the same. Yep, loops it. Ow. Cipollini's having a hard time here tonight. Trying to see the vehicle that makes contact here. James Miller. Mr. Reeves sends him the rest of the way after he comes to a stop there. So Andy Reeves making contact. And Miller is down in the pits. Doesn't look bad for a beat-up race car. Pace car lights are still on. Should be white flag this time by. Well, boy, I'm all over the place. Lights should be out this time by, but lights remain on. As James Miller is trying to fix his machine to get back out there. Right now, kind of hooping and hollering. Somebody's going to bring it on back. This is Dakota Floyd's chance to attack. See if he can get something over on Hutchinson here. Floyd was able to fight off Hutchinson. Interesting paint scheme here by Ralph Hutchinson. Can't tell exactly what's on the car. Looks like a gas. I was pretty excited about getting back up the green here. I don't know why I am. Ralph Hutchinson off to the start here. Excellent start. Gets a good pull away. He's all out in front already by about half a second. He's driving like his wife just told him ice cream's on the table. Jacob Simpson now second. Floyd still remains third. Not bad by all our drivers here in the front. Oh, driver's looped it again. Reeves is around. No caution, though. Let's see if Reeves got any help. Nope. You already see the jerk of the wheel, and now he's going to fight that off. Not bad by Nico Cipollini getting around that one. Not bad. Now let's check and see how Mark Keeler is doing. Mark Keeler in the 08. Looks like he's fighting the same paints that we are here. See the side of the car down in the bottom, and then the side of his car looks almost identical. But not the same for Dakota Floyd. Dakota Floyd, full car, but I'm missing him down the bottom. Where Emporium is. Alright, let's see the battle for the lead here, as I think Jacob Simpson is now making a bid for that spot. Right now, that's a fantastic choice and timing of where he's trying to attack here. Jacob Simpson on the bottom, not looking to give that up. Boy, breaks loose coming out of 2. Yuck. Right now, still trying to hold on to it. Simpson's got him only by a bumper. Now by a fender. Out in front. All right. Last lap led by Jacob Simpson. Now he just has to complete the pass. This is giving Dakota Floyd a little bit of a chance as they battle up front here to not work along with each other with the draft. It should give Dakota Floyd some ample time to catch up. Now Floyd has got to make up another half a second here to kind of be rubbing bumpers and trading paint with them. Hutchinson still trapped on the outside, though. Uh-oh. There we go. Jacob Simpson looked like he may have slightly disconnected there. Back into his original starting spot, the only driver, Jake Euler. And the 33 machine is now in the 6th. Will Porter out there saying, brother, right now, this is looking like an excellent race here so far. Still holding on is Ralph Hutchinson, not looking to give it up. Right now as these two tango, we're about to find out whether Ralph Hutchinson had taken Jacob Simpson out on a date here. As the way these two are kind of fighting around out there on the track. They're definitely going to have some words after this one. Let's keep going here. 12 laps left to go. Yeah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. You kind of think this was going to be a long race. That is not, as the two leaders collide and around they go. Caution is out. Hutchinson, lock it down. There you go. Hutchinson's going to be looking to fight back on this one. We'll have to see where they are able to get back out there. Right now, Dakota Floyd will take the lead. Sikosi sits second. I'm looking to see if Hutchinson is able to go back up to the front and Jacob Simpson, or if they're fighting damage. Heading down pit road is Jacob Simpson. Take a look at this wreck. Snuck it real close to the 15. Whoop. Honestly, from that angle, it almost looks like netcode, because the 29 was already, it looked like he was getting hooked, but no one was touching him. See if we can find another angle here. Right? There, the 29's breaking loose. Trying to get off to the side, 29 rotates up, and two of them make contact. Hutchinson not letting out. 29 machinist Simpson to the floor there, and they're both around. Bummer. I want to know where Keeler comes into this. It says Keeler got in some trouble too. No. Alrighty, hide the electrical cords. Keeler's pretty mad about that one. 29 rotating down, not giving him any room to get around Jacob Simpson. After his pit, will now start 9th. And remaining in pit is James Miller. Miller had an awful night here tonight. I know he would like to see if he can get a mulligan and go back out there and do this again. But that will not be an opportunity or an option for him. Alrighty, Kern Raceway is where we are. Next week we head to Knoxville. And Knoxville Raceway should be a good race. After how many miles we're putting on the pace car here tonight, it looks like it'll be getting trailered too. Right now, Jay out there saying trading the wrong paints. Haha, yeah. Jay has discovered trading paints. He's enjoying it. Love it. Dakota Floyd, Mark Sikosi side by side. That'll give us Tucker Clark and Jake Euler. Euler's got a chance here. Green flag, let's go. 7 laps to go, now 6 at the line. Down to the bottom as Dakota Floyd looks like this race was lost. He gets another chance to fight up toward the front. Sikosi, whoa! Bad turn here by Sikosi. Gonna keep it off the wall, though. See if he can remain in contention for at least a podium position here tonight. Look who's returning back to the fight, Hutchinson, who's sitting 5th inside line around under Euler. No contact here. Euler getting a little bit loose, but not bad. Hutchinson does clear 4th position for him. Euler gives a shove. Tucker Clark out in second position, trying to run down Dakota Floyd. Half a second's what he's got to come up with 4 laps to go. Only 1.5 miles left in this race as we dive back into that 14-degree turn of turn 1 and 2. These guys continue to charge through for the SRX series that we have here. 10 drivers here tonight. We would love to see 20 to 25 if possible. If you're interested in joining, you know what to do. We are back under caution here, so that should slice and dice it up just a little bit. Looking to see Mr. Andy Reeves on lap 72. Looks like Mr. Reeves getting ready to loop it there. 29 machine gets out of shape as well. That's Jacob Simpson. Clink, there's your caution. So Jacob Simpson from the lead. Just about the dead last spot here. Right now, pace car lights are still on. Three laps left to go. This should be a green-white checkered. I would not assume we would finish under caution, though. Alrighty, no drivers in the infield car care center. So that means we will continue running. Doing an awesome job out there. Most of these guys have been practicing this track actually all week. Just now getting a chance to find a couple of other drivers that have been working it with them. Some seem a little more well-versed in this car than others, but it is new to everyone. Pace car lights are still on. Alright, pace car lights still remain on. We're going to cut to commercial. We'll be right back. Alright, pace car lights are out. There we go. I'd have had a little trouble out there with Tucker Clark's 81. So pace lap after pace lap. Hopefully we do not end up under another caution here. We only got to get around. Only got to get around here by a couple more times to get this back out. Let's get this one back under green. Floyd, Clark, Hutchinson. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, Will Porter, apparently somebody found out that I was, we had a little trouble with the mic, and I'm not the only one with some trouble. Looks like Jake Euler. He is around, and another caution. So right now, they're looking to test Barney up in the flag booth, and then his patience up there. Right now, they are already passing around the collection plate out in the stands, seeing if we can go ahead and raise a local GoFundMe for Barney's rotator cuff surgery he's going to need. Alright, let's see what turns Jake Euler around. Sure, he's not happy about this. He would love to get back. Fight this one on. Euler, no. No! Euler actually pulled that one off. And Simpson collects him. Alright, Simpson actually was coming down pit road now. Simpson should be back out onto the field. Right now, broken up are these two. Of right now, Jacob Simpson and Dakota Floyd. Huge separation now between these two guys. One in the front, one in the rear. Mark Sikosi stuck in the center. Right now, chat not looking very lively. Guys, wake it up here. Let's go. 3 laps left to go. We still remain at that 1.5 mile mark before this one it has completed. Let me know what you think about next week as we head to Knoxville next week. Knoxville Raceway, the Sprint Cup capital of the world, will be opening its doors here for the SRX guys. After that, around April 3rd, you'll see us at 5 Flag Speedway. Good. Looks like the grandson of Lee Harvey Oswald has gone ahead and shot out the lights on the pace car. Dakota Floyd and Tucker Clark still sitting in the front row. Nothing's changed there. I'd like to know if Dakota Floyd, the hardest part of his night has been the restarts. He's had to nail every one of them before somebody gets the best of him. Ralph Hutchinson kind of sitting and waiting, wants to attack. Having trouble doing so. Let's see if we can sit inside on Ralph Hutchinson here. There we go. Let's just shotgun. Boy, able to sling through those gears quick. Look at Hutchinson. Good move by Hutchinson. Not. Oh my gosh. Well, Stella, the curse continues here. If you're out there watching, we are riding inside of Ralph Hutchinson's machine, and around we went. Here's what it looked like from the outside. He got loose, 81. Yeah, nothing he could do there. Sikosi. Just a little insult to injury, spin him around. The 33 of Jake Euler couldn't slow it down quite enough. Two drivers heading their way down pit road. Jake Euler, Mark Sikosi. The one who ended up with the most damage out of all of this remains out onto the track, Ralph Hutchinson. Right now looking to see out there in the chat, Jay, Knoxville, Iowa. He thought it was Knoxville, Tennessee at first. No. Can't have anything nice here. Except Nashville and Nashville Fairgrounds. I don't know about the Predators. Holy cow. All right, pace car out there should be, lights should be out next time around. If not, the pace car will be continuing to test the crowd's patience. As well as all, right now, 7 drivers sitting behind them. Mark Sikosi still hanging out there in the pit, rejoining back down into the box, trying to get his car squared away here. I don't know if he ended up with more damage than he expected. Will Porter is, I think you're out there rally capping, asking if this is the last chance for the green-white checkered here at the end. I have seen opportunities like this, possible single file restarts, just to kind of try to tick some laps off. Guys get side by side a little overzealous around the turns and the bad things happen. Alrighty, pace car out. Dakota Floyd in the front. Let's get her going. There's Barney. Hey, not bad waving there, buddy. Looking good. Show the moves. Alright, Dakota Floyd out front. Tucker Clark sitting second. Cipollini is third. Jacob Simpson battles for that spot. He's got it. Outside line. This is Simpson, Cipollini, and no! Cipollini is around. No! White flag was out. Pace car back. Onto the track. And I'm a little confused here at how this happened. We'll take another look at it here. Right now, this is Cipollini down on the bottom. Contact made with the 29. As we come to a halt here, no caution is out yet. And we should be seeing Barney out there with the white flag. Oh, you see that? Look at the top left of your screen. Very top left. Watch Barney in the tower. See the white flag? And then we switch yellow. Nah, you can't throw a yellow after the white flag is out. We should be completed now. Alrighty, people out there are questioning the time. I am as well, seeing that seeing that our 9th caution has come out. We have run out of time onto the track. Alright, let's try this again. Right now, if Dakota Floyd loses this race, I would, as his pit crew, I would be out there kind of using any tool I could find to whomp somebody here, because he's kind of won this a few times now. Checkered flag this time by. They're not going to wait. 1, 2, and 3. Floyd, Clark, Simpson. Thank goodness. All right, everybody, hold on just a moment. We're going to try to reel all of our guys in, still in the hunt for Tucker Clark. And the 81 machine, hopefully we'll be able to find him here in just a moment. Race finally comes to a close. Miller, 10th spot. Andy Reeves was 9th. Jake Euler was 8th. Cipollini comes in 7th. Sakosi is 6th. And beginning our top 5. Keeler starts in 5th. Hutchinson is 4th. Jacob Simpson 3rd, Tucker Clark 2nd, and our race winner is Dakota Floyd. Grabbing a hold of all of our guys. Hold on just a moment, and we'll get them here in just a second. All right, everybody. Coming up with our third place finisher is Jacob Simpson, the number 29 machine. Back, front, damage to the front of the car. Talk to me about this race.
Well, it was something. definitely. I hate that me and Ralph got into it there. We got to look at the video. We're both sitting there apologizing to each other. We took ourselves out at Daytona and here. But then after that, you get in the back and it's a slugfest. Like people were getting loose and spinning me, and I was off the throttle, still turning people the next green white checkered, and it's unreal. I thought it was going to be a bigger tire safe race than it was, but it was all going to plan until we were backwards.
Well, it was definitely a survival plan, which that makes me question next week where we end up at Knoxville. Confidence level heading into that race.
For me, 0. I enjoy it, but I am not good at it. So I'm going to have to put some laps in and try to keep it straight.
Man, that's going to be tough, especially how long this race took. The amount of green-white checkers. Did you think it was going to go this long?
No. I thought we were going to get, when me and Ralph wrecked, I thought we were going to get about 2 or 3 more, and then they'd spread out. But hey, I'm almost on the other team. I'm in favor of taking the time limit off. Just keeping it going. Let's have 15.
Oh, dude.
Well, we got lights this week. We didn't last week.
Yeah, I know. Oh no, man, because we'll be here till sometime like 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You guys continuing to kill each other to the end. Holy cow! All right, man. Give me your shout outs, and don't forget to mention Will Porter out here. He's been talking about you in the chat.
Yeah, that was going to be my first shout outs. The Porters back in Summerville, South Carolina. Ralph keeps bugging me to get on a podcast. Me and Will have a podcast. It's The Scoring Pylon. We recap the week's NASCAR action. Your platform of choice. Pick it out, listen to it. And thanks, Mark, for putting this on.
All right, Jacob Simpson. I hope everybody is able to find time and go over and check out your podcast, man. Congratulations on your 3rd place finish. Hopefully we'll see you next week in Knoxville.
Oh, yeah.
All right, that's going to do it. At 3rd place, moving on to Tucker Clark. Hard man to find, Tucker Clark. Talk to me about this race, dude. You were able to keep it clean for the most part, but everyone around you thought different.
Yeah, no, what a crazy race. I never would have guessed we would have done like 4 overtime finishes there. No, it took a little bit to get the car into where we wanted. I didn't know how the long run was going to be with our car, with regards to tires and whatnot, but we seemed to hold on pretty well. Yeah, no, it was a really, really fun race.
All right, lights were on this race, so you pretty happy about that?
Yeah, no, yeah, it was awesome. I mean, I felt pretty bad. I got into Ralph there kind of in the end, and I'm like, oh, great. I kind of turned him at Daytona on accident last week, and now this week, so we talked it over. We're all good, but no, I don't think I would have been up there if we didn't have a couple of those cautions for sure.
Man, well, some guys are just magnets or a glutton for punishment, man. They go out there, they get beat around, but then next week you'll see them win 3 in a row, and that's definitely a possibility. But with your 2nd place finish here tonight, you gained 5 here on the night we head to Knoxville. Are we looking to see kind of the same turnout heading there?
I'm not sure. I'm not too much of a dirt guy. I might give it a little bit of a practice run, and I might show up. I'm not quite sure yet.
All right, well, definitely dirt is a little more lenient on guys getting turned or bumping and banging. I'll be interested to see how these larger cars handle out there. Tucker, give me your shout outs here, buddy.
Yeah, no, I mean, I got to shout out everyone that brought out those cautions. It certainly helped us get up to 2nd place. But no, I run a cool U of M paint scheme this week, and yeah, thought I'd rep my home state just a little bit. So
love it, man. Definitely cold state, buddy. Very cold up there, but
oh yeah.
All right, bud. All right, cool down, man. Get ready for Knoxville. We'll see you next week.
All right, thank you guys.
All right, that is Tucker Clark, which means Dakota Floyd. He is our race winner here of the night, and right now, fantastic job by the number 24. And I've got to admit here, Dakota, I wasn't betting against you, but it took you a lot longer to get up front than it took Jacob Simpson and Ralph Hutchinson here tonight.
Yeah, it absolutely did, with Ralph starting in front of me or having that inside advantage at the start of the race. He was able to kind of just dive into the field a lot quicker than I was. And I was also trying to make sure that I didn't burn my tires up while trying to work through the field. So it was a mix of, do I be aggressive or do I stay back here, be conservative, and wait for incidents? So it was a hard time to pick to like, oh shit, I gotta go, that type of thing.
Yeah, well, you started running out of a little bit of room. Some caution started working out in your favor because actually Ralph Hutchinson was pulling away and you had trouble kind of running him down. And I think finally it just kind of came your way. And after that, man, talk to me about kind of the latter parts here of this race when we've just got the almost unlimited restarts here at the end.
Yeah, so definitely, like, when Jacob and Ralph got into each other, I think that was my big break. I was like, man, those guys were even side by side. They were hard to catch. So I was just trying to keep the car in one piece. And like you said, when we started getting those unlimited green, white checkers, I was just like, oh, Lord, I just need to get to the white flag so we could finish this thing. And my nerves were just getting more shot and more shot the farther we were going along. And at one point, I'm pretty sure I was pretty deep into turn one when the yellow had flown, and it still made us do a green, white checkered. So I'm not 100% sure, but the universe was saying, nope, you gotta keep going. You gotta hold them off for about 3 more.
Well, you were not the only one. During our replay, I went back and looked at it as well and said, how in the world are we at yellow? White flag is already out, and 1 through 3 have already passed the line. This isn't, you were just getting to the line, so maybe iRacing has a little more work to do to try to see if we can call these cautions the right way. We head to Knoxville next week, buddy. Talk to me about, how we in the dirt.
I'm not the strongest driver in the dirt, especially with how hard these cars are to drive in the dirt. I've done it a couple times. I've driven Eldora a couple times in this thing. It is a handful to handle in the dirt, so I'm going to have to put in a lot of practice. I'm not sure where everybody's dirt skills are in this league, so I don't know. We could have a good finish, and or we could totally just junk the car. I feel like it's a pretty good toss up when we go to dirt. So I'm looking forward to it, though.
Yeah, as many guys as a loop in it, I figure this would be probably a help. That they need to break loose to get around these turns. Whether they'll be taking the favorable lines and not killing everybody, that's to be seen. That I'm sure that is next. I think I didn't see anything out there in the chat. But I think there was something kind of rolling around out here. Did the power of the Beaver Nuggets help you at all tonight?
Oh, yeah, the power of the Beaver Nuggets always, they fuel the car and get it as fast as I possibly can,
Shout out time, dude.
We love the Beaver.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Dakota, give me a shout out for all the people watching here, buddy.
I just want to give a shout out to everybody that's I'm actually streaming myself, so shout out to everybody that was watching my stream and everybody I sent the broadcast link to. And shout out all my team couldn't make it this week. Everybody had something going on, so I was a lone ranger out in the track today. But hopefully we see everybody back, and just shout out to you for putting on this broadcast. It's going to be awesome to go back and watch, and shout out to the league for putting on awesome races. Honestly, it's a good group of guys. I hope we get some bigger fields in the weeks coming.
Yeah, me too. And at track, I'm really looking forward to seeing, man, at South Boston out there on April 24th. I think that'll be the fun one. That
track is going to be crazy.
Yes.
I am super looking forward to it.
Yeah.
South Boston can either be a struggle or a success. It's such a narrow track.
Yeah, well, the amount of banking, the guys hooking around, that should be fantastic. If everybody can just keep all 4 tires in the same direction, that should be an awesome race. Dakota Floyd, fantastic race, buddy. 9 positions gained here on the night to come away with the win. Congratulations, and we'll see how you do next week at Knoxville.
All right, thank you so much. You have a wonderful night.
You too. All right, everybody, that is Dakota Floyd, our race winner here of the night. Woof. Got a bunch of restarts here, back and forth. Guys still trying to still hash it out. I know it's kind of like a battle box out there here in some of the chat rooms. Everybody kind of letting each other know what they really thought about their racing here tonight. Of course, we will head to Knoxville next week, March 27th. But not before we head to Dakota for the Xfinity Series. That's where you'll find us back here with the NSR Series on Saturday. Excellent racing that we're going to see there, I am sure of it. Seeing how right now Dakota Ehrman and company have been really kicking it into overdrive. But as the races keep coming, as the fields get a little bit thicker each and every time, and the guys start really fighting around and working around each other. It's really kind of come out, and the playing field has actually become quite wider. Favorite to win that race is Vincent Arthur, but we will all hold our breath and see if he can fight on through. If he's that good, I challenge him to not qualify, and let's see how he does fighting through the field. But from all of us here at SimTrax Broadcasting, Stella should be joining us very, very soon. I hope her and wish her the best, that she is feeling better. But from the rest of us, be well, be safe, be kind, and we'll see all you guys next time.